So let's start off with the antimetabolites. The antimetabolites all will interfere with one of the DNA base pairs. They'll resemble a base pair or somehow disrupt the base pair's production. There's 5 base pairs. One of them is only for RNA. So you have 5-fluorouracil, you have uracil, which is RNA only, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymidine. So all of these drugs that are in the antimetabolite class do something with one of those base pairs. We can break them up into our antipyrimidines, antipurines, and antifolates. The antifolates are the ones that don't resemble a base pair, but do disrupt the production of base pairs. As a class, or as a group, antimetabolites are well known for causing myelosuppression and mucositis, as well as hair loss. Mucositis is a general term for inflammation of the mucous membranes. Those mucous membranes could be in the mouth, the esophagus, all the way down the gastrointestinal tract. And so we'll see a lot of mouth sores, which is the stomatitis, but then we'll also see a lot of diarrhea from antimetabolites as a class. So let's talk about some of the examples. The antifolates, there's 2 drugs that we use, one drug that we use quite a bit, and then 2 other drugs. The first one was Methotrexate, which you've probably heard of when thinking about drugs that affect the immune system for rheumatoid arthritis. But Methotrexate can be used in cancer too. Its primary use is more for osteosarcomas, which are bone cancers that are more common in adolescents. But it's also used in lymphomas and some in leukemias. The dose of methotrexate used in cancer is much, much higher than you use in non-cancer indications. The dose for rheumatoid arthritis is measured in milligrams, versus the dose for cancer for methotrexate is typically measured in grams. So you're talking a 500 to 1,000-fold difference in dosing in cancer versus non-cancer indications. So lots of potential toxicity starts to show up. The drug from the antifolate class that is used quite a bit is a drug called Pemetrexed. Pemetrexed is a methotrexate derivative that is used in treatment of specific types of lung cancer. It's a drug that is becoming very valuable in the fight against lung cancer. It's got some unique toxicities, including a rash that we use corticosteroids to prevent, as well as some neuropathies, and then myelosuppression. Now, Pemetrexed is a drug we'll talk a little bit about when we talk about lung cancer. The other drug that's an antifolate, just to mention so you've heard it, is Pralatrexate. It's a drug that's used for a very rare form of lymphoma that we're not going to go into. The antipurines, remember your purines are adenine and guanine. And so the antipurines are drugs that are based on those. Drugs like 6-mercaptopurine and 6-thioguanine, which are used in the maintenance phase of treatment for acute leukemias, specifically ALL, acute lymphocytic leukemia. And then the adenine derivatives are drugs like fludarabine, cladribine, pentostatin, clofarabine. So it's a pretty big group. Those drugs are usually used in the treatment of hematologic malignancies that are slower growing, like follicular lymphomas. And then the antipyrimidines, that's where all of our other ones are. So that's our uracil derivatives. So 5-fluorouracil and capecitabine, the oral prodrug of 5-fluorouracil. These are 2 drugs that are used quite a bit in malignancies that arise from the gastrointestinal tract. They're also used in breast cancer, along with some other cancers. The other pyrimidines, such as, most importantly, is cytosine. And that's where we get the drug cytarabine, which is used in the treatment of AML, as well as gemcitabine, which is primarily used in pancreatic cancer, but is used in several other solid tumors as well.